All right, friends. It's Tony's back, man. From I Am Longevity. So it's T-Man, and we're gonna do a reaction video to Tony from I Am Longevity, broski. He's back. This video just popped up right now, and I figured, you know what? I'm gonna react to it. Yes, man. So Tony from I Am Longevity says, or Shortgevity. Really, it is Shortgevity. Think you'll live to 150? Come on, come on. Sense says no. Common sense says no. You're not going to live to 150. Common sense says that? No, it doesn't. It doesn't say anything. Since I was a child, you just know people are gonna die. It's instinctual. You know, you're gonna grow up, die, whatever. But I always thought that I would outlive a lot of people. You know what I mean? And it's not based on genetic, it's based on environment, like every scientist has said. The one major reason, or one doctor had mentioned when, people came in and, into the morgue, whatever, they popped up in the morgue, they were dead. He said they died of worn out parts. Just like your car, it could die of worn out parts if you don't change the parts, right? So really, it's about prevention and regenerating your body, knowing how to regenerate it properly. And every 10 years, things renew itself. So have you put in what it takes for that 10-year period to when it hits that renewal spot? Did you actually put in the work to keep it, young, youthful, and running? That's questionable, yeah. Yeah, I think I could live to 150. Now, can I live to 150 and not look like the mummy? Well, that's the question, really. See what I mean? So the one part, the health part and everything, actually all go together, really.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel.
It's really just about sacrificing. You're going to have to sacrifice the slave food, peasant, addictive, drug addict, plant diet. Yeah.
2025, I would like to speak about something that's driving me a little bit crazy.
Yes.
Everywhere on YouTube, these so-called biohackers and longevity experts keep saying the same nonsense. For example, I just saw a video from Sim Land. He's talking about how to live to 150. We're going to live.
Yeah, I believe him. Me personally, look, man, I've not watched his videos yet, so I don't even know what he's going to say.
180, 200. I mean, other biohackers saying this, like Dave Asprey, David Sinclair, Brian Johnson, Immortality. Just take this pill, just do this hack.
Okay, no, those guys are all marketing. I don't believe anything they say. And no tablet or whatever medicine tablet thing, whatever they're giving you, some toxic tablet is going to extend your lifespan or something, or you're going to live long to 150, whatever. I don't believe any of that stuff, but whatever. But there are specific things you need to do to, how should I put it, to regenerate your body. I do believe in two things. You need to be in an anabolic growth state. That's one of them, to stop deteriorating and prevent all that, which means a high protein diet, just like that Chulo Long guy, the Korean guy who is I don't know, 59 or 60, and he looks like he's, I don't know, 24 years old. Yeah. So there you go. High amino acid, high protein, nutrient diet. And that mostly keeps you in positive nitrogen balance and, sometimes in anabolism, so you don't deteriorate, because it can prevent deterioration and it can actually start to regenerate you. And, some periodic damaging sessions in a gym once in a while here and there. It's something you just do periodically. It's not something you do all the time because it'll age you. Yeah. We want to regenerate. We don't want to age.
Just eat more sugar water. Let's stop for a second. And why don't we just use a little...
Yeah, sugar water, you're going to die. That's the prisoner's diet. Sugar water, bread and water, you're going to die.
Little common sense here. Take a look at people who make it to 100 today. Please go search centenarians. Okay. What do you see? They're frail. They got walkers, canes, fake hips.
That's not true. Man, my neighbor was a centenarian. He lived to 100, man. I saw him carrying fucking ladders and everything. He used to shoe horses down my street. He told me that they waited for the house to be built in 1915 on the street that I didn't really grow up on. I grew up on another street as a child, but I pretty much the rest of my youth I grew up on this particular street we bought a house on, and my neighbor was 100. He was doing everything. He wasn't even walking with a walker or anything. It was unheard of, because they still kind of ate things raw in those days. They didn't have a refrigerator. Yeah.
Fake knees, heart problems, weak lungs, they can't breathe. And listen, I'm not saying this to disrespect any of them. These people are warriors, they survivors.
Yeah, their problem is they couldn't stop eating the plants. That was the problem, because they were used to the slave food diet. He grew up as a peasant slave himself. And he shoed horses down the street. I remember he told me, he goes on the other side of the street over there. He used to shoe horses on horses, bro. Get it? Yeah. And he waited for his house to be built, and it was built in around between. It was being built up, and when it was built and completely erected around 1915, he bought the house there on the street. So yeah, and he moved in and he lived in that house his entire life. We lived right across the street from him, so yeah, I used to borrow his ladder.
That's the reality of the human body at 100. And even the strongest men, the oldest men on record, made it to 116. The oldest woman allegedly made it.
That's not true. There's a Polish guy that fought in, I think, World War I. He lived to over 120. And he was in an amazing condition. They showed pictures of him. He was in crazy condition. Better looking than Tony fucking. So that says a lot. And Tony's only 60.
It's 122, but that record is questionable. So here's my question to all these guys talking about 150, 200, immortality. What kind of body do you think you'll need at 100 years old?
Wait, what about that guy called Saint Germain? Don't they have records of him? He's constantly appearing like 100 years later and he still looks the same. Yeah. There were accounts of it, witness accounts, that this guy kept showing up young. How did he do it? And he was long lived. They said he was around for, I don't know, 200-300 years or something. Yeah.
If you expect to make it another 30, 40, 50 years or more. Because here's the truth. After 100, survival isn't linear anymore. It's not like going from 50 to 51. Once you hit 100, every year is like stepping off a cliff. Your odds of surviving another year drops massively, man. From 100 to 101, the survival rate is like around 40, 50%. By 102, 103, it plummets even more. Why?
Listen, man, does it really matter? You want to live forever while your friends are dead, your family? So you want to outlive your children or something too, is that it? That's crazy, man, this guy. You're not meant to live forever, that's for sure. So you are meant to live to a certain age, man. I'm not saying that, well, you shouldn't live to 150 or something. I'm saying that good luck with this. I'm going to live for whatever. It doesn't really matter when you die, because you're not going to know you're dead, because you'll be dead. So does it really matter? Some people's lives are cut short. Do they know they're dead? No, because they're dead. They don't even know they're dead. Does it really matter whether you die today or tomorrow? Eventually you will die.
Because the body runs out of hardware, the bones, the ligaments, the tendons, and
actually it's the organs that usually the doctor said it was the organs that are worn out.
My favorite, the motor units. Yeah, those motor units, your nerve and muscle fiber
Yeah, the motor units aren't organs, dude, but okay.
connections are what allows you to move, sprint, jump, and even breathe. By age 75, you already lost about 50%.
Yeah, but you're not breathing. Who's breathing for you then? You're not pumping that hard, so who's pumping that hard for you, Tony? You understand me, man? You're not in control. You just think you are. You have this imagination in your head. Again, like I said, I'm not saying that you shouldn't look young when you die. I'm saying you should look youthful when you die, like every other animal, not like the mummy. Because if that's the goal, then you've already accomplished it at 60 because you look 95. You look like a mummy, bro. Get it? Yeah. And increasing your heartbeats is definitely going to shorten your lifespan. The more the heartbeats you increase, the more you shorten your lifespan. It's called metabolic rate. Get it? Increasing your metabolic rate like a mouse. You know, they have high heartbeats. Their lives are cut short. So you want to lower your metabolic rate as low as you could get it. In other words, me, I have low blood pressure. I've always had low blood pressure. But when I check my blood pressure, you know, people used to ask me, remember, I used to do all those buffet videos, and they're like, oh my God, all that meat, you're going to, you're going to have high blood pressure, this and that. And I used to go to the pharmacy, I'd put my arm in that thing and I would film it. I have perfect, and I mean perfect, right on the line blood pressure every single time. And the reason is because I eat animal products and I don't eat salt. I don't eat seed oils. I stay away from all these things that they keep introducing, all these nasty things they keep introducing to people. I stopped doing that. Man, the moment Kentucky Fried Chicken started making stuff in seed oils, I stopped eating it back in the 90s. I had never had a Kentucky Fried Chicken since. All these fucking new ones like Louisiana and all that, they're all making their fucking fried chicken. Yeah, fried, all right. Fucking fried in seed oils is what it is. Tastes like shit. So yeah, even McDonald's, I don't eat at McDonald's because their fries used to be tasty back in the 90s, but again, when they put in seed oils, they fucked everything. So all these fast food joints are just fast food to a fast death.
By 90, you're down to about 10%. By 100, you're going into the single digits. You're working on scraps.
Okay.
And this is the real reason centenarians are frail. It's not just about
This is very depressing.
DNA. It's about the loss of the system that powers movement and protects the body. If you want to live beyond 120, your body at 100 has to be functioning at about 50 years old. That means strong muscles, fast twitch fibers.
It has to be functioning at like 50 years old. No, 50 is no good. It should be functioning like at least minimum like you're 30. That's what. If it's functioning like a 50-year-old, you could forget it, dude. No, it's got to be functionally like a 30-year-old. Right now, I could say that the way I'm eating a lot of animal products, I'm functioning like a 30-year-old. I could jump, run, sprint really fast. There's nothing holding me back. My problem was a lot of it, I had this nerve problem, but it's seemingly gotten way, way better eating animal products. So I just keep hitting it all the time. That's the idea. Now, I tried some plants. It didn't cure. They said it would, but it didn't. It made it worse. So when I started eating more animal products and cut that out, I got so much better.
Was intact. Tendons and ligaments still being strong and holding up. Without motor units, you can't even breathe right. Forget about sprinting.
You know that tap water destroys your motor units because of the chlorine and fluoride in it? Yeah, they did a test on it. It's a scientific test. I saw it. It's crazy. And as well as your progenitor cells.
Fighting off disease. So I am respectively asking all these biohackers.
Disease doesn't exist if you're eating a natural diet. Disease only exists because you're eating things unnaturally, pasteurized, cooked, this, that. You're living on a natural lifestyle. You're destroying all the bacteria that you need to keep you alive.
And longevity experts, rapamycin, fasting, autophagy, calories.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. When you start eating raw animal base, it's not just I'm eating raw animals. You're eating the bacteria that's in there instead of cooking it away. And so people say, well, I'll start looking young. Or this guy, look at him. He's eating this raw chicken and he started looking younger. Well, what exactly is making him look younger? Well, the bacteria, because their job is to clean up all the garbage in your body, the parasites and the bacteria that we live with in this planet. So they do a lot, believe me. But if you cook them out, they're dead, so they can't do their job.
restriction, NMN, metformin. Okay.
Think about it. Why do you think people look so good when all of a sudden when they start eating raw meat, you see these young guys, looks maxing, whatever, they look amazing. Does Tony eat raw meat? No, he doesn't eat anything raw. He eats everything cooked. Not only that, but he eats sludge and he eats plants and eats toxic supplements. Remember his supplement stack, a massive supplement stack. And he doesn't realize that everything that he's doing for longevity is actually the opposite. It's shortgevity. The running, the exercising, the toxic supplements, the toxic soup thing that he eats, and these toxic foods that he eats, the slave food peasant diet and the cooked diet. Yeah.
But tell me this. How are these things going to give you back the fast motor units you lost?
It's really easy. You want to know how? You're not going to lose them. You preserve them. You preserve everything. You don't lose them. But you can share them, even if you do lose some. You can share them. But eating raw meat, eating a raw animal-based diet, doing less exercise, doing things that are regenerative, will preserve them and make you so much better, dude.
Are they going to make your 100-year-old body move like 50 again? Because if you're 60 today, or 55, 50, whatever, and you already move your age, you're not
Here's the thing. I'm not doing anything all summer, yet I move really well. I've been sedentary pretty much a good majority of spring and summer. Spring to summer now. I completely stopped doing everything. And I move really well. I don't have any problems. And I'm eating a lot. I'm focusing more on eating than doing anything. And I'm moving extremely well. I don't know what Tony's talking about.
magically going to wake up at 100 years old, moving like 40, 50 years old.
I'm moving like a 30-year-old. That's what my neighbor says here. My friends, they go, fuck, man, you look so good. You look young. Like, what are you doing? I go, eating meat. Eat it as raw as I can.
Work like that. For example, again, Mr. Dave Asprey says he's going to live to 180.
Okay.
Look at him right now. He already moves like an old man. He doesn't even show
Yeah, but you look like an old man, like a mummy.
his movement. No explosiveness, no youthful motor units. You think another 45 years from now, at 100, suddenly his body is going to be younger? Come on, man. No pill, no gene therapy, no stem cells, no fancy molecule is going to bring back the motor units you lost. This is the truth that nobody in the longevity
That has nothing to do with aging motor units, man.
science wants to even speak about. They don't want to go even near this.
Actually, sorry, the word is deterioration. Like Tony, he's deteriorating faster than his biological clock. So if you deteriorate faster than your biological clock, then you actually may biologically end your life a lot quicker because your metabolic rate has been increased, which is associated with shortgevity, dude.
So please, remember, if you want to go beyond 100, beyond 120, you need to keep the body young as long as possible.
Yeah.
That means...
Yes. You need to keep your body young as long as possible. In other words, you need to keep it from deteriorating as long as possible. And he keeps deteriorating his body. Let's look at it. And his metabolic rate is really high. So he's not going to live that long.
I always say on my channel, protecting your motor units and your fast switch fibers, because once they're gone, it's game over. Look, this is why I am doing what I'm doing. I'm not saying I'm going to go to 120, but this is the only chance you have. Pills are not going to do this. Jogging is not going to do this.
Oh, yeah.
Bike riding is not going to do this. Walking 10,000 steps.
Listen to all the things that he's mentioning to you. Everything has to do with some sort of cardio, which is cardio-destructive. It's all to increase metabolic rate. Walking is not going to do this. Jogging is not going to do this. Running is not going to do this. Exercise is not going to do this. It's all metabolic rate. That ages you. That shortens your biological clock. Here's the difference. The metabolic rate will shorten your biological clock, but the slave food diet will deteriorate you faster than you're aging.
He's not going to do this. You have to keep your body young. I don't care what it takes. Look.
Yeah. Eat food. Eat as much protein as you can and do less as much as you can. Do less things. Be more sedentary. than being crazily active. So, do you have to stop exercising? No, just do things periodically so they're regenerative. Don't do things consistently because you'll increase metabolic rate and you'll deteriorate yourself because the protein breakdown will exceed protein synthesis, the rate of synthesis. And if it does, you are deteriorating, fucking men.
I mean, no disrespect to anyone. This is why I do what I do. People
Yeah.
make these comments. Oh,
Yeah,
he's
deteriorate.
zigzagging and he's running and he's doing this and he's doing that. Yeah, that's because I'm trying to keep my body half my age.
No, you're not. It reflects on the way you look. You're deteriorating because the rate of breakdown has exceeded the rate of protein synthesis, you fool.
I'm talking about my motor unit, my entire body. I'm trying to keep it half my age as the years go. This is extremely
Bro, this is a sign of senescence. The way he looks like the mummy. It's a sign of senescence.
hard to do. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know what's going to happen. But this is something maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think anybody has ever tried this. This is something I'm experimenting on. I've been doing it for decades. Anyway, I just wish you
Yeah, you've been doing it for decades. That's why you look like the mummy. When I stand next to you, they probably think you're my grandpa.
guys a nice day. I'll be coming with more videos very soon. Have a wonderful day.
Look, man, I have nothing against Tony. I just think he's got it all wrong when it comes to that. And that's just based on facts, some facts, and you could say belief, because I haven't really gotten there, neither has he. So based on the facts that I have, my facts beat him, because science will tell you that if the rate of breakdown exceeds the rate of protein synthesis, you deteriorate faster than you're aging. Now, if you do all these running and exercises and jumping, they're going to increase your metabolic rate. So that is going to shorten your biological clock. Does that have something to do with deteriorating? Well, they go kind of hand in hand. I think if you deteriorate faster than you're aging, then you definitely are going to shorten your lifespan as well, because of worn out parts, like the doctor said. Body came in, the people died because they were worn out. They wore themselves out. Is Tony wearing himself out? The question is this: do all of you think that Tony is actually regenerating? He's moving for longevity, or is he wearing himself out at 60, looking like he's 95? What's going on here? Christ. I don't know, man. You comment down below. Tell me what you think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel. Share the video if you like it too. I don't know. I'll see you in the next one, man. This guy's ridiculous. He just doesn't really have it together. Yeah.